Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video about the pre-ordering of Starbound. Now I'm a little bit late with this video as I saw that the pre-ordering opened last night, but I wasn't able to record because it was quite late at night here in England. But in this video we're going to talk about the different tiers and the stuff it gives you and what is the most worthwhile package of buying in my opinion. So alright, let's get straight to it. Okay, now the first tier you can get is the Pixel tier, which is only $15. It's the most simple package and you get the least amount of bonus things for it. So you get a copy of the game plus the Steam key, a beta invite and the Starbound soundtrack. Now personally, if you haven't been following the game and you just want to buy it and play it, then this is the best package to get because it gives you the game, it gives you the beta invite and it gives you the soundtrack as sort of an added bonus thing. And if you live in England, $15 isn't that much. It's around £10 I believe. You can also buy this as a 4-pack, which will get you a 25% discount, which is definitely worth getting, because I think it'll be pretty easy to get 4 friends to only pay about £12 or $15. Plus, with that 25% discount, it'll be even cheaper to get the game. The next tier is the Silver tier, and now you get everything from the Pixel tier, plus you get a Tier 1 forum badge for $5 extra. Now personally, I don't think this is that worth getting, because you're paying $5 for a badge on the forums, and if you aren't part of the forums then it's not worth getting because you won't be getting anything extra in game and you'll be paying that $5 extra. However, if you are on the forums, I still don't think it's worth getting because to have a little badge isn't really worth the $5 that you're paying. However, when you get to the Gold tier, things start to get a little bit better. You get everything from the Pixel and Silver tier, but you also get your name added to the random name generation of the NPCs. You also get a Tier 2 forum badge instead of Tier 1. And this is $45, which is $25 more than the Silver tier. That is quite a bit of money, but I think if you're a fan of the game and you've been watching it for a while, this is definitely worth getting. And the reason for this is because you get your name added to the NPC name generation. Now that is a pretty cool feature because you'll be playing in the game and you could come across an NPC that will be called your name. Now I think that's a really cool little feature to add in from the developers. So this is going to be the package that I personally get because I think it's the most worthwhile package for the cost. Moving on to the Diamond tier. This gives you everything from the previous packages, but you get a Tier 3 forum badge and you get your name in the end credits. Now this is $75, which is $30 more than the previous package, and all that $30 is giving you is your name in the end credits. Personally, I don't think this is worth it, because $30 to have your name in the end credits, which I'm pretty sure not a lot of people are going to take much notice of, and you're only going to see maybe once, and it will happen every time you view the credits, isn't really worth it. And if you look so far, 329 people have also got this tier, this package. So that means that many names will be in the credits. So having yours there as well doesn't seem that worth it. It seems a bit of a novelty, if you get what I mean. And this is, of the lowest tiers, this is the most expensive. And I don't think you're getting your money's worth out of it for $75. Now, if you've got the money, the Platinum tier is pretty cool. You get to design a hat, which will get put into the game, similar to the hat competition that was on the forums a few months ago. Now, for $500, I'd only buy this if you do have a lot of money just to go spending, because for a 2D side-scrolling game, $500 is a lot of money that you're putting into it to have an in-game item, when there could be loads of competitions that might happen on the forums where you could get this chance. You also get the Tier 4 forum badge, which I don't think is worth paying money for a badge on the forums, because at the end of the video I'll show you what the badges look like. But as I said, if you've got the money, then this could potentially be quite cool because you will get a hat put into the game. The Solarium tier is $1,000. It's getting really expensive now. But for this, you get to design a weapon and they'll put it in the game. Now, I really like this idea of having a weapon put into the game that you might be able to find. It says they'll place it in the game and for everyone to find and use. So that means everyone will be able to get it. You get to choose the stats, how you want it to work. But for $1,000 again, if you only get it if you've got a lot of money. So far, one has been sold, and that is crazy amounts of money. I mean, if you compare this game to Terraria in deals went for about $7, and you're paying $1,000. Again, you get all the other features as in the other packages, but you do get a tier 5 forum badge. Personally, this is double the last package for a weapon in the game, and the likelihood is when we play the game, there are probably going to be weapons better than the one you've chosen. So unless you really want to just play with the one gun that you've designed, it's not worth it that much, because I don't see many people are going to be using that gun that you've designed. The Impervium tier is double the cost of the last tier. It's $2,000. And for this, as well as all the other features and the tier 6 forum badge, you get to have a statue of yourself put into the game. Now this is going to be modelled off of a photo which you send them. Personally, I don't think this is worth it, because having a statue of you specifically, you are going to be the only one who's going to place it. And it's not like a weapon or a hat which you're going to be able to bring around with you, have on you constantly. It's just going to be stuck in your starship or on the planet that you decide to inhabit in the end. So for $2,000, this feature doesn't really seem all worth it, in my opinion. However, if you've got the money, you want to have yourself as a statue, then this is for you. However, another reason why it might not be worth it is because with the level of customizability, you might not want a picture of you as your statue. You might want your character to represent you, and in that case, there's no point paying $2,000 to get a statue when you have a copy of the game anyway, where you can create your character. Another thing, the bottom of the website, you can share the game, you can tweet the game, and you get a free forum badge, which is what I'm going to show you what it looks like to give you an idea of what the other badges look like. And then I'm going to get all the images of the badges, and I'm going to put them together, and I'm going to explain which one I think looks the coolest. So I'm going to hop over to my forum account. I'm going to show you what my badge I've got at the moment looks like before I bought the game. Then we're going to come back, look at the badges, and then you're going to see me pre-order the game. Okay, so as you can see, this is a forum post by me. My name on the forum is Daco rather than Davioso, because I made it when the forums first started. And as you can see, I've got the friend badge for tweeting the game. Now this is what it will look like. If you also got one of the other badges, it will appear next to it, I presume. And this is sort of to give an idea of what the badges look like on the forums. So this is to give an idea of when you're paying the extra money for the forum badges, what they actually correspond to and what they look like. So as you can see, it's not that much of a big feature. People aren't going to respect people maybe for having a better badge, I don't know. But it doesn't seem altogether worth it paying the extra money for the better packages just to get the forum badges. So now we're going to hop over to an image with all of the badges next to each other, and we'll discuss the look of them. Okay, so as you can see here, I've put all 7 of the badges together. I couldn't put them all in the same line because the last 2 badges, their names are quite long and they wouldn't fit on, so they're underneath. So let's talk about them. The first one is the free one. The title underneath says friend, and it's an avian raced creature. Now that's for free, so that's probably the best one you're going to get. It looks pretty cool, and I'm pretty sure most people should have it. The next one is silver. Now this isn't from getting the $15 package, but the $30 package. And this is a penguin with a grey sign saying donor. Then you've got gold, which is a love heart with a green outline around the donor. Then diamond, which is, I think, meant to be a green lightning bolt with a blue outline around the donor. Platinum is a shield with purple around the donor sign. Solarium is a gold sword, I'm presuming, with purple again around the donor sign. And Impervium is, think it's meant to be the Starbound symbol. Now Impervium is the Starbound symbol, I think, with purple around the donor. Now the last 3 all have purple around the donor sign, which I think is meant to show that they're the most expensive tiered payment option. Now the coolest badge, I think personally, is the Solarium one, which is the sword, but that is pretty expensive. It's $1,000, so it's not worth paying the $1,000 just to get that badge. Now as for the lower tiered ones, I think the coolest one is probably the $75 one, the diamond one, but that is as well quite expensive. Now the one I'm going to be getting is the gold, which is the love heart, which I showed an example of it on the forum, and you might think it looks a little bit girly, a little bit silly, but I think all of the badges look really cool. Now, I think the black outline around the ones from gold to impervium look really good, make them stand out, but the silver and the free badges also look quite cool with the white outlines. As I keep saying, I don't think it's worth getting a different tiered package just to get the badges. They're sort of an added extra thing, just as a little bonus for ordering before the game's released. But if you do want to go for the coolest badge, I think out of the lower tiered ones, the diamond tier is the coolest, and out of the higher tiered ones, the Solarian badge is the coolest. At the end of the video as well, I'll put a link to getting the free badge so that all of you guys who watch the video will get at least one badge without even having to get the game, by just sharing the game on your Twitter. So now let's move over to the actual web page. I'll show you how it's laid out. I'll show you the FAQ that will explain a lot of questions you guys might have, and then we're going to actually pre-order the game ourselves. So we're on the actual web page now. I'll put a link to that in the description, of course. And before we order, the most important thing is to read the FAQ. I'll put a link to this as well, but it is going to explain everything there is to do with it. All the frequently asked questions, that's why it's called an FAQ. But I'm sure a lot of people probably will skip that without reading it and go straight on to ordering the game before they've actually looked into it and read it. Now, I have read this before I've ordered because I think it's important to, and it does go over some quite important aspects. Now, this is the layout of the web page. As you can see, it's got all the different tiers, and right at the bottom is where it has the free badge, but I'm going to put a link to that so that you guys can get it yourselves. Now, the one we're going to be getting is this tier with the name for the NPC, because as I said, out of the lower tiers, I think it's the most value for money. So, let's go into it. So as you can see, the options are PayPal, Amazon payments, and buy with Google. You can also purchase the game as a gift. Along with the game, you do get the soundtrack, which contains 2 soundtracks. You get the Starbound soundtrack, which contains 25 individual tracks, and the experimental Starbound soundtrack, which contains 40, which are going to be added in over time into the game. So, we're going to get into it. We're going to get the $45 payment, and we're going to go with PayPal. So, I'll be back after I've bought it, and we'll have a look at my forum badge. Okay, so after you've ordered the game, this is the screen that you get a link to from your emails, where it shows you that you've purchased the game. You get a code to redeem all your rewards, which I'm going to blur out. And also you've got the choice of what type of download you want for your soundtrack. So here we are. This is where we can redeem all of our rewards that we've got from purchasing. So, the first one here, the gold reward. We can enter the name of our character on the forums, and we get the badge. So, we'll do that. We can choose the name of our in-game NPC. Now I'm going to name that my channel name, and then we put in our email address, which I'm going to type in off camera. So we're going to do this, and we'll quickly check out my badge. Okay, so as you can see on the forum, now I have both the friend and the donor badges next to my name. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this has helped you guys decide what package you want to get and showing you the features that you get. Please subscribe, like the video, and share it with your friends or anyone else who's thinking of getting the game. And I'll see you guys next video. Thanks for watching.